Alright, so let me just... Alright, so...
If you want to view paradise,
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
Rundown of the past 2 days of my quarantine.
They kidnapped my husband 12 hours ago. When are we going to hear from them? What do they want?
Try to stay calm. They did it for ransom. All we can do is wait to hear their demands.
I'll give them anything. Anything they want. All I want is to have
Belle Delphine
back.
Go ahead, we're listening.
You were thinking I died. Big surprise. I still got them double thick thighs. French fries. I could...
What did they ask for? Whatever it is, they can have it.
They want you.
$35 for noobs.
Miss Curtis, did you hear me? It's your...
Integrity.
Or your...
Penis.
How long will they give me to think it over?
Bet you didn't think this was a video about Willy Wonka, did ya?
Oh, hey. Good meme.
Alright, so, 05 Willy Wonka. It happened. There was a 1971 one. It was better. Or was it? It was. But essentially, the 1971 movie is actually kind of insane. Something that most people don't know about it is it was actually created as a gigantic advertisement for the Nestle Corporation. The film itself is released a month after the foundation of the Willy Wonka Chocolate Corporation, created by Nestle, and they create this fucking movie as a means of putting all of their new chocolate products into the movie so that they can sell it to kids without making it technically an ad. Because when fucking Gene Wilder's singing Pure Imagination, no one's fucking sitting there like, oh, you know, product placement is a really concerning thing in children's media. I think we should be a little... No! Let Gene sing. But yeah, no, so essentially this film comes out in 1971, and one of the major plot points of the film, for anyone who hasn't seen it, is this idea that the evil thefty man, the evil steely boy who used to steal all of Wonka's recipes and made him close down the factory, he's actually back in on the game and tries to get the kids who get the golden tickets to give him one of the coveted, the precious,
the everlasting gobstopper.
That's the deal. There's this fucking never-ending fucking gobstopper. I'm burped in the middle of the take. There's this never-ending gobstopper that this guy keeps whispering in the ears of the kids to fucking get. They want this fucking never-ending gobstopper. He really wants it because he wants to fucking cut it open, fucking surgery on a grape style, and like figure out what's inside so he could steal more fucking Wibby Wonka recipes. Wibby Wonka recipe. Wibby Wonka. And guess what? Lo and behold, one of the new big fancy products after the movie comes out from the Willy Wonka Chocolate Corporation's the never-ending gobstopper. I asked my fucking dad about this because my dad grew up when this movie came out. He's like, yeah, the never-ending gobstopper, that was like everywhere. I'm like, oh my God. It worked. Shit. I'm watching the movie now and you look and you realize that all the fucking products in the movie are like, it's all the shit. It's all the shit, all the chocolate in the fucking movie. It's all their new products. Nestle fucking got away with murder here. Like, this is not even like the Reagan years when TV regulations like fly out the window and kids advertising just like there's no fucking rules anymore with kids advertising. No, this is straight up just dead ass a big hour-and-a-half long advertisement with Gene Wilder singing songs in a purple suit. Like, this shit's fucked up. That's fucked up though. Lo and behold, we get to the beautiful, the elegant, the impossibly queer 05 film. And oh my God, honey.
Can you remember the first ass you ever ate?
No.
Are we sure Johnny Depp's not gay? Because this
Gives one the feeling of being in love.
You don't say.
All aboard.
This movie is like really gay. Like capital Q queer gay. Like, I'm not talking giving your bro a handy beneath the bleachers kind of gay, because that's obviously straight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking like blowing your stepdad gay. Like, you can't come back from that. That's Willy Wonka levels of queer. Just so you have context as to how gay I'm talking. It's a little gay. I'm not saying that I was scared of the movie because the movie's all about Willy Wonka awakening to his own queerness and sexuality, and it's like a found family narrative where Wonka has to like realize that you know, he has to reconcile with his father, but it's also okay for him to find family and other people and reconcile with the history, and maybe you know, the
What are they doing?
They're testing to see if she's a bad man. Oh my goodness, she is bad after all.
Don't change, square.
Willy Wonka is so problematic because this movie is basically like the queerest colonial narrative you'll ever did see. I'm not kidding. Like, this is so gay. Fucking, first of all, the man wears paisley silk robes. So paisley is the gayest thing ever. I'm sorry, straight men. You can try, you can give it your all, but there's a reason why when I thought I was straight and I thought I was cis, like, I bought a paisley blue tie and was like, yeah, I'm straight. Yeah, this is good. Yeah. I have a girlfriend. Yeah. I don't ever fucking.
What is gay? Gay. What is gay? Does is gay? Who doesn't gay?
Fart noises because I can't think of a transition. Okay, so here's the big fancy rundown. So Willy Wonka, as a child, as a Will baby boy with his big bracy fucking teeth, I treat that as essentially a metaphor for his own repressed homosexuality. So his father is this hella crazy dentist, and he's all fucking in up on his son's shit, and he's like, you can't eat candy, bitch. Fucking, what are you, gay? That was a bad example because we're about to talk about. Okay, maybe it's a perfect example. Let's go with it was a perfect example and totally doesn't contradict the point. All right, let's do that. So basically, you know, big angry dad's like, I'm gonna throw your candy in a fire, bitch, because I am a mature and well-adjusted adult, I guess. Okay. And so you end up in this situation where Wonka like finds this little piece of candy. He's like, oh fuck, candy's the best, man. And he just eats all his fucking candy. He's fucking shoving chocolate down his throat like fucking grapefruit video. The way I read this, just to be super clear, candy is a metaphor for queerness. So candy is the signification of Willy Wonka's queerness. And so he realizes it. There's a really troubling reading of this where you could read this obsession with chocolate as an obsession with butt stuff, and I'm going to refrain from jumping on that train, but I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that the man's a scatological nightmare. Anyways, that horrible image aside. So the other big thing that's interesting is that, okay, so, you know, Willy Wonka, you know, oh, wow, he likes chocolate now. Big whoop. His father finds out that he's eating candy, gets all pissy, gets all mad. Willy Wonka's like, fine, I'm going to run away. And he has this really awful flag montage. It's meta, it's funny. So Willy Wonka leaves, he runs away from home. He's like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna move out on my own. And he comes back and his fucking house is gone. Like, he like runs away, like goes to this museum for the day, but then he realizes he has nowhere else to stay. You know, oh, he's a fucking kid. And he walks back to his home, and like these conjoined flats that can't go anywhere, his dad's is just magically gone. Just poof, it's just out. I respect it. It's a bold choice. But then what this means is I don't know if you know what this means. Queer people in the room, honeys, I think you know where I'm going with this. That's right. This is a queer teenage homelessness narrative. This is the story of, like, it's like the most American colonialist queer, like, awakening story ever. Because he awakens to his queerness. He fucking runs away, tries to come back. His whole family's gone, so he's fucking homeless now. So he's living this queer homelessness fucking journey all throughout. And then he fucking self-makes himself into the greatest fucking candy maker of all time, wearing the fucking gayest suits on the planet. And then this motherfucker has the audacity to be the whitest gay man alive and do a colonialism. Like right now I'm like, 05? 05 for a candy allegory as queerness? Okay. I'm liking this. And then he does fucking colonialism with the Oompa Loompas. He's like, hey, you want this not very expensive resource? How about you just be my indentured servants? The best part about this is the fact that unlike in the original film where they're these little orange guys, you know, like they're racially coded. It's problematic, but it's not like too explicit. Well, the fucking remake has the audacity to be like, hey, let's hire one brown actor and green screen him hundreds of times over and over again. I think you're seeing the problem here. Yeah. Whew, wow, this movie sure did a colonialism, huh? But so you end up in this situation where Willy Wonka is just this, like, pale white ghost, this gay-ass fucking Dracula ghost who just controls one brown guy copy and pasted over and over again into every scene, doing little dances. For the record, let me be super clear. The only major like more than like the only person who's on screen for more than like a couple minutes who is not white is the fucking singing and dancing brown character. I didn't think that the 1971 film could be less racist than a movie made in 2005, but would you look at that? We're here. It's 2020, bitch. It's 2020. Wow, racism in 2020? No. It's fake. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. So yeah, okay, you end up in this situation, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, he comes out as queer. Wow, and then he goes and sees his dad and, like, has this big moment where he, like, realizes that his dad really cared about him the whole time and that maybe, like, the running away, some of that was, like maybe he just, like, you know, maybe on some level he was just too afraid to really, like, stand up to his dad, and maybe if he'd pushed back a little more, he would have understood that his dad really did care for him deep down. Like, ooh, okay, that hits a little bit. And then he comes to, like, the house, and the grandma, like, sees him and talks to him, and he's so awkward, but he's just, like, the gayest thing ever conceived. And then she just gives him a hug. I wish my grandmas didn't hate me for being trans. That'd be fun. God. I wish my grandmothers didn't hate me for being queer. Like, God, 10 out of 10, man. Like, you got the best of both worlds. This is some Hannah Montana bullshit. He got to be queer. He got to have his, like, American dream moment, and he did a colonialism, like, fucking 1970s white man goals accomplished. 0 out of 10. This movie's a 0. Also, for the record, this video, so I'm just like, I didn't even watch the whole movie. You can just watch these weird compilations of the videos on YouTube where you just get like the highlights and the good bits. And it's a weird way to rewatch films. It's kind of great in a really weird way, but it's also kind of fucked up to, like, realize how much of some of these movies you're either completely missing in these rewatches or how much wasted time there are in these films. Long story short, this whole video was just a grand excuse for me to put a bunch of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory memes in this video because, oh my god, Johnny Depp is like a vile, gross, disgusting, evil monster of a man who deserves no recognition or appreciation because fuck that guy. But I have decided that only Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka is allowed to stay because this character is the queerest thing a straight man has ever conceived. I was talking to my boyfriend about this, and he literally couldn't watch this movie in full as a kid because of the fact that it literally like freaked him out on a fundamental level because of how queer it was. Like, Johnny Depp is scary because little gay fucking kids are watching this movie and they're like, wow, internalized homophobia really do be like that. I can't watch this movie anymore because my parents won't love me. Huh. Okay, that's our show. Bah!
And they're certainly not showing any